Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show podcast. So today's episode is going to be a review of Love Island 2019, episode 31. So obviously all we really care about at this point is the elimination. Obviously one couple has gone home and we're still waiting on another couple to go home in tomorrow's episode. But for recap's sake, I'm going to do a recap. So at the beginning of the episode, Maura tells Amy that she is pursuing Curtis. Amy is obviously not happy. There's no surprise there. She's being very rude, very snarky, very neurotic. Some of the comments that Amy made were very unnecessary. And again, this thing of like, I thought Maura was my friend. Again, I feel like Amy is very possessive of people and she feels like, you know, if people are like friendly to her, they are now her friends and now they owe her this loyal relationship. And again, I feel like that's just her possessive, manipulative nature. I wouldn't consider Maura anyone's friend in the house except for Lucy. She's friendly with everyone, yes, but I wouldn't consider her friends with anyone in the villa. Maura is pretty much, other than Lucy, she's pretty much a lone wolf. Some of the girls were saying that she should have told Amy first before she told Curtis about her feelings. And personally, my view is that nobody owes anything in this house. Like, literally, they've known, you know, most of these people have known each other less than a month. They don't owe anyone anything. Like Maura said, they weren't best friends. Like, friends, loosely, you know, you could say friends, but that's a throwaway term, but they weren't really good friends. And again, Maura doesn't owe Amy anything. She doesn't owe anyone in that house anything. So this whole thing of you should tell the girl in the relationship first before you tell the boy, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm still going to crack on with him anyway. What does it matter if I tell you or him first? And fuck it, bitch. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm not living for you. I'm living for myself. Do you feel like Maura should have told Amy first before telling Curtis, the person who she likes, that she likes them? Or do you feel like Amy was being extra and the other girls were being extra too, and you're not really sure what this girl code is about after they only really known each other like a month? Tommy and Molly officially become boyfriend and girlfriend. They do this cute little thing. It was cute, but it did seem very staged by the producers. And they also basically say that they think that they're in love with each other. I don't know, obviously, I said it before with Amy, like, how can you really be in love with somebody after, you know, this many weeks? But I feel like with Molly and Tommy, they both genuinely like each other, while with Amy and Curtis, it was very one-sided. Molly and Tommy are both like 20, 21, while Amy's a big 26-year-old woman who should know better, really. And I don't know if they love each other or not. They obviously really like each other. So I pretty much feel like they've bagged that 50k. Obviously, we see Lucy crying afterwards. She's getting consoled by Jordan. Honestly, I was just thinking, bitch, what the fuck? Like, and first off, I don't understand why she's crying. And like, obviously, Jordan says like, I know it's not nice to see. And like, Lucy's going on like she's fucking in love with Tommy, and I'm fucking over it. Like, Lucy's just a crying mess and she's annoying. Obviously, she's vulnerable, and honestly, I feel like it's her time to go. She's obviously now just stuck on Tommy now. Things haven't worked out with George and she's just going to be moping around. So her place on the show is just becoming more and more useless each hour. It was also Anna's birthday. She's turned 29. And the girls did like a birthday song for her and it was very cringe. And I feel like it had the producers and Amy written on all over it. Amy was very enthusiastic singing that song and it was just very cringe. And then after that, it was the elimination. Now, I thought it was going to be the same bullshit that it was the last elimination, but the producers came through and spiced some things up. So I'm going to give props to the producers. Obviously, I heard rumors before there was a double elimination, but obviously they just said like the couple with the lowest vote is vulnerable to go home, but they didn't really allude anything to a double elimination. But you know, call me out if I'm wrong. So obviously Obviously, they said that there were 3 couples in the bottom and that they were vulnerable. The couples in the bottom were Lucy and George. I wasn't that surprised that Lucy and George were in the bottom. Lucy has just been so dry and crying all the time, and she keeps being sly and trying, and I feel like a lot of people are suspicious of her motives, especially when it comes to Tommy. And because a lot of people are rooting for Tommy and Molly, that's instantly going to mean that people are going to start not liking Lucy, and I feel like because of that she has lost a lot of support, and the fact that she's not really bringing much to the show. Another thing could be, obviously, her and Anton were safe. A lot of people were saying they saved them out of strategy. Anton and Belle were safe, so perhaps Anton does have a lot more support than Lucy, and perhaps maybe her 1 million followers on Instagram is a bit more of like superficial, like they like the look of her rather than they want to support her and they want to see her get as far in the show as she can. Danny and Jordan were in the bottom. That wasn't a surprise. Danny wasn't popular. Jordan wasn't the most lovable islanders, so I wasn't surprised that they were in the bottom. And who else was in the bottom? And Amy and Curtis. Again, no surprise there. They're like the weakest couple. Obviously, people have been over Amy and Curtis for a long time. And then it was like half and half. Like, some people felt sorry for Amy, some people didn't like her. And with Curtis, some people thought that he was being real for telling Amy the truth, and some people thought that he was a dickhead that led her along. And I feel like a mixture of that is why they were in the bottom. When Anton got the text that said like the couple with the lowest votes is going home, I was like, oh, okay, then they're actually going to do a clean sweep. So obviously the couple with the lowest votes was Danny and Jordan. Again, no surprise there. Danny is trash, and he's continued to be trash. And I feel like he's been very comfortable because he believes that even if he was in the bottom, that his friends would save him, that he would be saved. So he was very confident being trash, and he got too confident. And I feel like they both, even when they were said that they were in the bottom, they both weren't surprised. And I feel like Jordan's face basically said that she had made the wrong choice picking Danny. But that is her own problem. She took that gamble. She shouldn't have took that gamble. She had a clear shot with Curtis. She would have been safe. I believe that Jordan may have been safe if she did couple up with Curtis when she had the chance. But again, she's got a messy attitude. She's not very lovable. So perhaps maybe she would have still ended up leaving. So obviously they got called. I feel like they weren't really surprised about it, and I feel like they were pissed off about it. Danny says that he wants to continue the relationship outside and he really likes her. Obviously forgotten about Arabella. And I think that Jordan is probably going to maybe date him for a week or two to kind of save face, but I don't think it's going to last very long. So they go, and then I'm thinking, okay, cool, like clean sweep, that's it. But then when Anton gets the text saying like everybody has to remain at the fight pit, I was like, well, what's going on? The girls are going to pick a boy to go home and the boys are going to pick a girl to go home. But then obviously the text comes and it's it's the safe islanders as a whole picking which couple goes home, like straight couple, no pinching, one person from each couple. It's straight couplage. And at this point, I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure that it's a done deal for Lucy. Like, Lucy's game is finished. She doesn't have enough support to be saved. The only support I'm kind of thinking that Lucy and George might get is obviously Tommy might root for Lucy. Maura might Tommy will probably back Lucy. Maura will probably back Lucy, and then the new boys will probably back George. I'm not sure if that will be enough to save them though, because I feel like Amy and Curtis have such at least Amy has a big influence in the house. It's got tight grip on the house. I don't think that they would want to see her go. I feel like they'd want to try and give her the chance to find somebody else. I don't think that she will, but I think they'd want to give her the chance to find somebody else. But then again, I said Maura would root for Lucy, but then she wants to be with Curtis. So then Maura will probably send Lucy home. Would probably say to send Lucy home, because Maura is an opportunist, and like I said, a while back, she spread that Lucy still liked Tommy, even though she was the one who asked him, even though she was the one who kind of instigated her saying it. So Maura has loyalty to herself first and her game. So I'm pretty sure that it's a done deal for Lucy. I think it's her time to go. She's overstayed her welcome, and I'm tired of her. So yeah, I think it's Lucy that's going to go. Lucy and George. Another surprise was that Joanna and Michael weren't in the bottom. The only reasons I can think of is that that they weren't in the bottom would be that either people voted for them strategically to make sure that Amy and Curtis were in the bottom, or to make sure that specific couples were in the bottom, Either they want to see him and Amber get back together, so they saved Michael. And another reason would be like the Michael Defence League, so the MDL came in full force to save their leader Michael. So with Amy, the TL is very negative on Twitter. A lot of people are saying that they don't understand why Amy is acting like her and Curtis were in a 5-year relationship, and how she's acting like she owns him. I've seen 1 or 2 tweets saying that, Amy was right to basically say that Maura should have spoken to her first. And I've seen rumours coming up again saying that Amy has left. Again, there was a rumour before that she left, but she hadn't. I don't really know. Obviously, maybe we'll see tomorrow. If that's true, I'm not sure whether it's because she's quit or whether that her and Curtis were kicked off. It's pretty much 60-40 with Maura on Twitter. 60% of people are saying that Maura hasn't done anything wrong and that she doesn't owe Amy anything. And a lot of people are saying, well, she still went about it like a pretty scummy way. But what do you think? Most of the tweets around Lucy are quite negative. A lot of people are saying that she needs to just go, that they're ready for her to leave. A lot of people are saying that, she's being very jealous. And jealous, and they're kind of aggravated by her crying. And I've seen a few tweets basically saying, how, Lucy didn't ruin their moment because she cried in private. And that is true. She did have the decency to cry in private. But at the same time, I'm thinking, what is actually so special about Tommy for her to be crying over? I don't get it. Like, honestly, I feel like every one of us have had to be like the third wheel. I feel like most of us have been in a situation where, you like someone, but they have a girlfriend. You like someone, but they have a partner, and you have respected that partnership. And yeah, it is difficult to see that person and the partner together, loved up. But I personally wouldn't cry about it, especially if I'd only known the person a month. Each to their own. Lucy is a crier, but I can understand. But I feel like because people don't like her already, it's just ammunition now. But yeah, I feel like Lucy just has to go, like, for her own good. Like, she's just going to be moping around the whole season, so she should just go for her own good. Everyone on Twitter seems to be confused to why Michael and Joanna were saved. A lot of people are kind of thinking maybe it was just about strategy. A lot of people are thinking like maybe people were confused and thought it was vote to evict and vote to save. Like, I've already said my theories, but why do you think that Joanna and Michael did stay? Also, if you haven't yet, follow me on Twitter. My handle is at shannonfabuloso. That's shannonfabuloso. I usually live tweet during the episode, so feel free to @ me during the episode as we're watching. But yeah, let me know your overall thoughts and let me know your predictions for tomorrow. Until next time, guys. Bye.